understand this. Why has it changed? Okay. So this is actually me streaming, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So why is it so shaky? I don't know. I have no idea if this is working or not. I don't even know if, like, how can I check to see if you can actually hear? Or am I just sitting here talking to myself? And you gotta read my lips. This is the problem with trying to set up new stuff. Does it actually work? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? If I was to look here, so how can you get it on to here? No. This? Is that what it is? Because so it doesn't have a I don't even know. So crap. So I'm trying to set up a new computer. And I don't know, I don't even know if this is working, so hopefully you guys can hear. I think I see myself, so that's good. But Streamlabs is weird because when I set up Streamlabs the first time, you had like a dashboard, so you could sit there and you could watch chat, all that other kind of stuff. So can you do pop-out chat? If you do pop-out chat on here, does that make it better? No. Is there even a pop-out chat? Okay. VStag, you can, the audio's okay? Is it humming pretty good? Because I've got well, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that because the air pump's pretty loud, yeah? So, and I can't see crap. So can you, oh yeah, you can. You can do pop-out chat, right? There we go. Now, okay. It's been so long since I've been on here. It's been ridiculous. The real life has kicked my butt for sure, yeah. I've had some family issues. all that kind of stuff. So, do I watch sports? Not really. You can hear background noise, but not too bad. Okay, cool. I watch more soccer than anything, but I haven't watched anything in a while. Susan, how are you doing? It's been a while since I've been on here, and I apologize. So, trying to get all this set up. I got a new computer, so that's better. I got away from I was doing everything on a laptop, which the laptop was pretty beefy, but I actually got a desktop that's really good. So so I'm trying to get everything set up to where I can start doing videos again, because it's been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months probably before since I uploaded a video. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Like I said, man, real life has kicked my butt. So, and I had a really close family member. We had to put him to rest here a little while. Actually, it was last weekend, so it's been even crazy. I hear fans in the background. Good to see you. And, yeah, I want to get a mic. I've got a headset. I could do the headset, and it'd probably be a lot better for you guys. It's just I keep it. I've actually got a like, what do you call that? Portable AC or whatever. So I've got it set like right beside me, and I keep the room about 77, 78 degrees. So that's allowed me to take all of, yeah, you can call me Jim, oh no, whatever. I don't know, I come up with that name a long time ago, but I just it's kind of stuck with me. But I've taken out all of, what am I trying to say, the heaters and everything like that, but I can't get the room. I can't get the room right. Like it's garage. It's the garage, right? We're still in the garage. I know I built my room and everything like that. But being in the garage, you know, it's not, what do you call it? Temperature. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Like there's no, like the attic, man, it just rains down heat. So what I've been trying to do is take insulation. Jesus, what? How, really? So I'm taking insulation and I'm putting it in the attic, and it's got it okay, but I can test like the top corners of the room, and it's like the 90s. You know what I mean? It's like 92, 95 degrees. But and as you get down to here, you know, 78-ish, 80-ish, like where all my tanks are. So, and can you guys? No, you can't. So let me prop the camera a little bit. So you see that guy right there? That's another 75. Yeah, right? Yeah. So I went and got another 75. But I'm not sure how PetSmart around. I've actually got a fan up top, so it's circulating the air up top. But I've still got to do some work, right? I've been sitting on my butt for too long. I need to go ahead and close up the area. I need to go from probably the middle of the room back with insulation and then seal everything. So, but anyway, PetSmart, or no, Petco. Petco's having their $1 a gallon sale here, right? So I went and got a 75 gallon tank for $75. So I thought it was only up to 29 gallons. That's what it says on the, that's what it says everywhere, right? Up to 29 gallons. Everything else is like 20, 40% off, whatever. But they'll sell 40s, they'll sell 75s, they'll sell 55s for $1 a gallon. I don't know why. I walked in there and I asked just to see, like, you know, because I think a 75 at Petco is like almost $200, right? 170, 190, whatever it is. So I wanted to see what it would be, you know, with the percentage, whatever it was, 20%, 40%, whatever it is, on the big tanks. So the guy said, well, we're matching what we sell for stuff online, so it's $1 a gallon. Wait, what? The big tanks? So anyway, the wife got over it. So I bought like 2 more 10s. I bought a 20. I bought another 20 tall. I bought the 75. I put two more 20 or 2 more 10s down here. So I have ran out of room completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through and I think I'm going to try to get steel stands, like what I got the 40s on, like over here. Thanks, Susan. I appreciate it. It's just an impromptu. I wanted to see if I could set the computer up and start live streaming. So having you guys here is a blessing. So I really appreciate it. But so what I was looking at is the metal stands, like most people buy for the 40 breeders, right? But getting them, like, I think they're 24, like I can't remember the dimensions of them exactly, but what I'm planning on doing is getting rid of most of this like makeshift cinder block and 2x4 stands. So what I'm going to attempt to do, I think, is build a 75 double stand, whatever you want to call that. I don't know, I've never done that before. Like I can do okay with like one stand, but like bracing it, because 75, that like full and whatever, it's supposed to be like around 850 pounds. That's a lot, right? That's crazy. So if I don't do it right, then that thing's going to come crashing down. And if I have another one on the bottom and it comes crashing down, then it's going to butt both tanks. And I don't want that. For my sake, for the fish's sake, and everything like that. So, and why I want to do that is I've got some really cool stuff going on. And I know I'm going to have to break down and probably get maybe another 75, or go up to a 90 or even a 125 for my Severums, right? So some of my last videos that I done, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, it seems like now, since I haven't put up a video, is some of my Severums, right? Yeah, right? 75s are ridiculous. And a 75 completely empty is pretty heavy because the glass is so thick, right? I would make a good wide base for stability. Right, yeah. And then like I'm like maybe 2x6 cross members. I mean, I don't know, VSAG. I was looking at, because they actually make a metal stand that is the same kind of width as a 75, but a 75's frame is so thick that 75 is actually, what is it, 48 and a half or 48 and a quarter, something like that. So the actual metal stand is 48. So, and it holds 800 pounds, right? So I'm pretty sure that, you know, I mean, they weight test them beyond that, right? So I'm pretty sure it would hold 50 more pounds, but the size is not right. So I'm gonna have to do something different. Either build it myself or, build it myself. But I'm gonna do some good research before. I'll probably use lag bolts and good nuts and washers instead of like deck building screws and stuff like that I used on. Well, I used it for the 75 gallon stand, but I've got, you know, 2 or 3 braces on each side, so I'm not, you know, I mean, I kind of overdid it, but it's not, you know, like if I did the same thing, just extended it, then I'd have like a 6-inch, like the leg would be 6-inch, so the tank would be sitting here, and then there would be like 6 inches sticking out both sides. So I don't want to do that. I want to make it look somewhat good. I know it's in my room, but I still like to tinker around with, you know, decorations. And I know I need water. I was gone all last week, and it is unbelievably hot here. Hundreds every day. It's nuts, and I hate it. But what you gonna do? So in my tank here, in the 75 that's right over here, I've got, I know what you're gonna say, you got too much. They're still, you know, I mean, they're 2 inches, 2.5 inches long maybe. I got all my Severums, not all my Severums, but I got 2 greens and I've got 4 gold. 1 gold is the red spot. I lucked out as it's maturing. It's got a ton of the red spots. Alabama? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm in South Louisiana, and it rained yesterday, so that's awesome. The humidity just went up to like 7,000%, and it's cloudy again, so it's going to rain again. So the humidity is going to stay at 7,000%, right? So, Alabama's the same, right? Alabama, Mississippi, South Texas, the good old South. Yeah, Susan, you're in you're Midway's Alabama, if I remember correctly. But it's good for fish keeping, I guess, right? I mean, I've got a tub outside that's done fantastic. I put a pothos in there. I put creeping Jenny. I put a pitcher plant. Right, yeah. I put a red pitcher plant in there, and they're going crazy. I've Birmingham. Okay. Yeah. So it's the same. You know, if you spend more than 3.5 seconds outside, you got to come in and take a shower and, you know, rinse, repeat about 4 or 5 times a day. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I really don't. But there's no snow, right? There's no snow, no ice, nothing like that. If it does ice, then we're in trouble. But you know, whatever. What was I saying? Oh, my Severums, right? So I know I've got 6 in a 75 gallon. I know that's way too much. But what I would like to do is keep them in there until I got a couple hopefully luck out and get a couple of pairs and move them around like that. And I've still got all of my red shoulder severums, and I've separated into 2 10s for grow out. So, and they're doing good. They're doing really good. They're getting bigger. They're still pretty small, but and yeah, I during my military stint, I spent about 7 years in Nebraska. Never again. No, I'm good. You sold your red several? Man, I've got 8. I've got 8. They're all about like that big. So they're about the size of a 50-cent piece, and they're getting really good. The colors are really starting to stand out on some of them. On some of them, they're staying lighter. Some of them are getting larger than others. So I separated them like that, and I'll probably do it again as they get bigger, and keep them kind of for a while in the 10-gallon until they get, I'd say about 2 inches or so, maybe, and then put them into a bigger tank. But I didn't think I would like the Severums. I really didn't. I looked at them for a while, and I love them. I like their shape. Their demeanor is really nice, and they're super peaceful. They chase each other around in the tank a little bit, but nothing crazy. Like no nipped fins or anything like that. And I've got a smaller one in with some bigger ones, and still nothing. Yeah, they everything that I saw said that they were mild mannered, but I just had no idea. They're a friggin' awesome fish. I love them. And the electric blue Acara, I got 3 of them, and lucked out and got a pair. So I moved one of the Acaras in with the Severums for now, and I guess I'm kind of weird because I should probably get rid of him, but he's not doing no harm, and they're pretty peaceful as well. Yeah, they're doing great. He kind of sticks to himself unless it's feeding time, and they all bundle up together and feed. And they're however much food you want to put in the aquarium is what they'll eat. So I'll limit it to a pinch or 2, and then I'll leave them. And every time I walk past the tank, they like begging for food. So they're doing really well. What else has happened? I don't know. Yeah, very hardy eaters. The pair of Acaras that they're down here, they have had I guess 3 clutches that have produced fish, but none survived. I guess they were all eaten. That's one of the reasons why I took the third one out, and just left the pair in the 140 that's down here, the 40 breeder, not 140. I wish I had some 140s, 135s. I guess they'd be, but I'm hoping they'll have some babies really soon. And that tank went crazy. You know, it was always clouded. Do I have any guppies? Yes, I do. I have some right here. I have half black blues. They're really pretty. And I started out with, I want to say 2, maybe 3. I might have started out with a trio, just so happens. And I have the person I got the other guppies from down here called them a green Hulk guppy. They're some type of Moscow, green Moscow, turquoise Moscow. I don't really know. I guess she kind of did it herself, and that's what she named them. I've got 220 talls over here that have just kind of a mixture. I have another 10 down here that I've taken some out and threw in to this tank. Some of my tanks are kind of what do you call it, dirty, so you'll have to forgive me. Let me see if I can turn this baby around. Okay, here we go. Okay, so down here, cobras, some type of cobra. They've kind of started making their own. This guy is not doing well. He's had that hump for a while. He's doing all right. I had some calcium here and there, but this guy is really nice. It's almost like a Leartail, yellow or green cobra. Oh, it's okay. I don't really have anything to talk about anyway, so showing fish is cool. These are some more cobras. They kind of got all mixed up, but there's some nice colors in there. That's almost like a grass tail, right? And they just produced that. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, it probably buffered because I unplugged it. Maybe. Hopefully I'm back. I know, that's why I took him out, and I need to do something with him, I guess. I don't really want to, you know, cull him or whatever. And these are just some kind of ones that I thought kind of look cool. Like this guy looks like really cool. And then here are my half black blues, I guess. And produced something here. I don't know. There's like 2 of them with a red tail. Not sure why. But as you can see, though, I mean, they're all black. They're all black blues. So not sure where they came from. So, and then these are the green Hulk guppies. See, they're kind of a turquoise, color. But they're cool. I like them. They're pretty. They're really pretty. Once they get older, their tails and stuff get bigger. You know, of course, fan out really good. And then this is just like a mutt tank of some of the guys that I didn't really like, but didn't really want to get rid of them. so I just threw them in there. And here are the red Severums, red shoulder Severums. They're super tiny. You know, I mean, you can tell. And they're skittish still. I've had them for a few months. See this guy? He's got a lot of the spots on him, a lot of the red spots. Super. Yeah, super. Yeah, I love these guys. They are crazy. I got my hand above the tank. they're waiting. Drop it, drop it, drop it. So, put this back up. I think so. Yeah. Uh-oh, some shaky shakes. Okay. They're always hungry, it doesn't matter. I've been feeding them, I tell you what I've been feeding them too. I've got the freeze-dried. I've got the freeze-dried Hikari bloodworms. Well, that's backwards, but anyway. But of course, what they really love is the frozen bloodworms, of course, right? They tear that up. Like I'll throw. I won't. Oh, really? I can't even hear it. I'm sorry. How about that? Is that better? I couldn't even hear that. Okay. Like I said, sorry. I guess it's low enough for me not to hear it, but it picks it up through the mic. That's weird. Anyway, but I don't throw a whole cube in at one time because the two bigger green Severums, they're kind of big enough to where they can take, you know, a good piece of the cube and run with it, where like none of the other fish will get any, and I think that's like way too much for one. Is the string blurry to you? Okay, no. I suck at this so bad. Yeah, they do. They do, and you can't like they're almost like dogs. They'll like run with it and kind of hide it from the others. So, I picked up some fish yesterday. I know. I had one tank, and I set it up and was gonna use it as use it strictly for a quarantine tank. So I'm not getting another okay, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna get another tank, but have been looking at Philippine blue, I think they call them, angels, and I've been looking at them on Aquabid, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to get any. I want some angels, but I don't want to get any right now because, well, I think as I get back on YouTube, you know, I would rather find like 54 Punchy. Was watching her last night, and she has, you know, she's got her little. I don't know if she considers it a business or whatever, but you know, she has the rice fish and a few people. She's going to be shipping some to a few people or whatever. So I think that's the way I would like to do my next purchases. You know, find people on YouTube and do it like that. You know what I mean? Like help creators and that sort of thing. Which that's what I did with the 140 down here. I didn't show you that, but let's see. Tom at TM Aquatics was doing a video. It's been a while back, and he was talking about his Cobra Endlers, right? And he was talking about he wanted to get rid of his Cobra Endlers. So I hit him up and said, "Hey man, if you would like to get rid of them, I would like to take some of them because, well, I you know, locally I can't get them. Well, I haven't really looked for them either, but those are like one of the endlers that I love. So he shipped me a bunch, and super grateful to him for that, because he gave me one heck of a deal. And they are, well, it's Endler, guppy, you know, they're basically the same. So they are reproducing like rabbits, and I've got a 40-gallon full of them now, so that's cool. And he also sent me some guppy grass because nobody had it around here. We've got 3 pet stores, and I went into multiple ones and multiple times, and they look up what I'm talking about because they've never heard of it, and they think that I'm crazy and lost my mind. So I say I think it's Naja. Isn't that how you pronounce it? Naja. Grass, or guppy grass is what it's most known for, I thought, but nobody around here has ever heard of it. So he sent me like a baseball size or softball size picking of it, and I've got it in 2 tanks now, 3 tanks now, 2 tanks. 2 tanks now, and it's growing out like really well. Not sold in Alabama, right? It's not sold over here either. I don't understand why. So I've got that going. I've got that growing, and it's doing really well. So hopefully, that's probably that's probably what it is here too. I could probably go down to the bayou and pick some out, kind of like the water hyacinth and all that kind of stuff. But when you don't, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't know, right? I haven't really looked at it. I'll go over to the lake that it's kind of fed by a bayou, and it's got a bunch of alligators and stuff like that. So I'll go over there and you know, look for wood or whatnot. And I know I've seen the water hyacinth, but I've never really messed with it. I don't know. And I was asking one of the pet store owners about it, and it was like, it's invasive. We can't sell it here. And it's like, oh, so what you're saying is I can just go down to the lake and pick some. So, check your local laws about collecting. Yeah. Well, yeah. I should probably do a lot of stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm sure it's like that too for like where you're at, right? It's kind of like when you're out in the country, nobody really cares. I'm sure some would, but you know, what's the chances of somebody that's going to do that? Hello from Maryland. Hello. So it's like I often thought about doing like, man, there's a really nice 220 setup at the LFS that I would really love, 8-footer. And I would like to get some, maybe some bass, some white perch or crappie, whatever you want to call them, some bluegill. I think that would look pretty cool, Yeah, Susan's from Alabama. I'm in Louisiana. Kind of a good mixture of peeps, I guess, huh? So, I think that would be really cool, though. Yeah. But I mean, it would be cool, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm in this because I'm going to make $1 million tomorrow. I kind of just like testing. Like, can I do this type thing? Oh, man, I'm so scatterbrained. I had a natural tank, crayfish. Yeah, I messed up and put some crawfish in one of the tanks. I had a 135 up when I was in Nebraska, and I put some crawfish in there. Well, they got out. So they were crawling all over the house. So I got rid of them, which is no big deal. Oh, let me keep going with, okay, the angels that I got, right? So she said they were, or they are, a Pinoy angel. Does that sound right? Let me write it, because I may not be saying that right. Sometimes my country gets in the way. I think that's how you spell that, right? I think. So they are like I guess like a type of Philippine blue, or I guess that's proper. Philippine blue. Yeah. But they are gorgeous, and I probably paid a little bit too much for them, but I have never seen them, especially in my LFS. Whereabouts in Louisiana? I've been to New Orleans and Baton Rouge. I'm actually maybe 45 minutes west of Baton Rouge. I'm in Lafayette. And actually, Baton Rouge is having a fish convention, FOTUS. Like, I don't really know what that stands for, but I'm probably going to go. I think it's this weekend. Crap. Or is it next weekend? I have to look. New Orleans is fun. I like New Orleans, but I don't like the main part of New Orleans, like up around Bourbon and stuff like that. Most of the time when I go, I stay on Frenchman Street and go to the jazz clubs that's over in that area. And in fact, the last time I went, let's see, and I forgot. How can you forget their name? FOTUS. I think it's an AS. I'd have to look and see what that stands for. You know what I'm talking about, Susan? Let me see here. Southeast Louisiana. Well, if I can find it. Yeah, FOTAS. It's actually going to be in. It's actually going to be in Baton Rouge this weekend, the 23rd. No, it's next weekend, the 23rd through the 25th. They're going to have. They're going to have a few speakers. Bill Allen, John Ambruster, Greg Steves, Jeff Sinsk, something like that. I don't know. Karen Maruska. I don't know. And they're going to have an auction and all kinds of stuff like that. Fotis. Yep, 2019. Yep. It's actually next weekend, so I think Texas Cichlid Association, something like that, is going to be there as well. I added terrestrial moss to my aquarium and it's pearling thanks to CO2. You see, how's it going, Tainted? I have never messed with CO2. I only do like the, I guess, easy plants. And as I get more into the planted aquariums, I'll probably maybe make a high-tech tank or something like that. Hope the fish convention is good. There we go. Jim Swagger. I think, yeah, I've been over to that as well, Monica, and it's been some years ago though. I think anything is like that, right? Like if it's what the hobby's about, right? Yeah, I mean, you learn if you did stuff. If you just tried something and it worked out every time you tried it, then it wouldn't be that. I don't know. It wouldn't be that fun. I think. What's up, Lump? But most of my stuff is easy. Yeah, I'll probably try it one day. I think I did everything like backwards. Like when I started fish keeping. Well, when I started fish keeping, I did cichlids. So no plants or anything like that. And then after that, I went into a reef tank and had a reef tank for probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. And it melted. We moved, right? And I tried to get everything set up again in time, but I didn't. And once one coral died, it was like a, I don't know, like domino effect, I think, and disappointed and got rid of. Well, I didn't get rid of nothing. I just started over and went planted aquariums and freshwater. So I don't know. What's your schedule like? I'm busy this Tuesday, but would like to do a live stream with you. My schedule is what kills me, Susan. I'm pretty free, I guess. In the evenings, I'll have like next week, Monday through Thursday, I'll have kind of work. It's more of a class than work, but yeah, just that would be really cool, and I would appreciate it. And if we can't get together, next week, then we could always do it. I'm not going. It might seem like I'm going places, but I'm really not going anywhere. Any mosses you find near marshes work really well. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, we'll do, Susan. I've kind of. Has anybody ever? Like ever used cypress driftwood? I know you don't supposed to use like soft woods like cedar and pine and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the pine saps or the saps or whatever releases out of the wood. So I'm wondering if cypress it's with the wood, right? It's not so much like saps with them, because it's like it's that cedar smell, right? And that gets into the kind of deadly or whatever. Will probably rot quickly. Get CO2 tubing, upgrade from the air tubing. It pops off and a lot of CO2 gets into your tank. Do a water change right away. Get CO2 tubing. What's the difference between CO2 tubing and air tubing? Is it thicker? It'll rot quickly. Yeah, but wouldn't any wood rot? I mean, not quick, but I mean, you're still talking about rot, right? Is rot? I'm gonna plug my phone in, so it'll probably freeze. Yeah, that's what I thought. CO2 gets expensive, so I'll probably have 2 tanks with CO2 in my fish room. Okay. Should I ask it like that, or? Yeah, I don't really. So CO2, like can't you get that for fairly cheap if you have like welding supplies, stuff like that, right? Softwood and vine usually rot much faster than hardwoods. At least that, yeah, okay. But it doesn't, like it's not like it's going to poison the tank though, right? It's just like you'll get crap floating, that sort of thing. Oops, sorry I went away. Oh, no problem. I'm shirking my responsibilities too. I should be doing water changes and filling tanks up, but I'm not. I should, but I'm not. Yeah, welding supply shops, cheap gas. Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking. So, like down here where I'm at, there's tons of welding shops and whatnot, because there's a lot of holy crap, it's the profession I'm in. Why can't I think of it? Oil field businesses, oil and gas businesses. around. Fire extinguisher, CO2. Yeah, if I was you, I would check like a welding. A welding, not like a welding shop, but like a welding supply. Maybe if you could get to know a welder, see where he restocks his gas at. That's what I would do. Because if you buy, like, if you go to the pet stores and whatnot, then it's going to be really expensive, and you're going to get like a little bit, right? So, I mean, if you got like a use for gas shielded welding, yeah, right. I mean, yeah, that's what I would do. You could probably, really? I wonder why. I wonder why cypress is unsafe to use in the aquarium. And like the lake that I'm talking about going to, it's a cypress lake. So, I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of, well, that's all that's out there is big cypress trees. And so when they break off, of course, they land in the water, and that's what that's what you'll end up with for wood, is cypress. So that's weird. I don't know on that. I've seen some people use, sorry, Monica. Yes, bars, use it for beer taps. Yep. Just invest in better tubing and a good regulator. Keep amounts measured carefully. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think about that. They use it for their keg systems, don't they? Or their tap systems. What in the? I'll send you a link. All right, thanks, Susan. Daniel, keeping fish. How are you doing, buddy? I've never used cypress wood in a tank. I imagine it would look good. Tank. Yeah, I mean that's what I've heard. Is it's toxic, but like if it's natural, then how could it be? Like if you come down here, right? If you come down to like the area that I live in, you have like big cypress forests, and like I said, like the one lake that I usually go to and look for, different stuff. That's all that's there is cypress trees, all out in the lake. So, I'm good, Holmes. Corner's looking awesome. Thank you, buddy. Kind of. I want to do some revamping to it. I want to get rid of the center blocks. I want to do more of the metal stands. Kind of clean it up. And I've got a lot of wasted space. That's the main thing. I've got wasted space, and I can't afford to have wasted space in my little room. So I've got to rethink. I'm rethinking stuff. Redoing everything. So always, yeah, it's always a work in progress, right? I could see that for like a new piece, but a piece that's been in the lake for years and years and years, I don't see why that would be. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've thought about painting, but like I said, I mean, I can't get the smaller cinder blocks here. All I can get is the normal. I think they're like what's a normal cinder block, like whatever it is, 8 by 8 by 12, 11, whatever. So that's taking up a lot of room. You don't figure it would be, but if you I mean, I've got center blocks on the end, I've got center blocks in the middle, I've got center blocks on the other end. So that's like a tank. And like I said, I mean, this is all I got. So I don't know. I'm thinking about doing the metal stands, and that way I can. Sorry, was playing with my knife. If I do metal stands, I can get more. I can get more in the room, right? And that's ultimately what I'm after. I'm up to like 20 tanks now. I think right at 20 tanks. I've still got a 75 I need to set up. I've got to set up a 56. I've got to set up a 20 tall. I've got this little 5. Where's it at? Right here. I got this little 5.5 that I'm going to set up. I think I'm going to move. I've got 2 right here that are 5.5 aquariums, and I've got 2 female betta. I've got 2 female bettas in there, 1 in each, of course. And then I think I'm going to put my male betta in here, and then that's going to open up the 10-gallon over here. So who knows? It would take more than your lifetime to make it safe naturally. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Susan. Like, I'm not talking about I'm going to go cut a limb off a cypress tree. You know, I mean, this is driftwood that's, you know, I mean, it looks like any other piece of driftwood, right? You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get something and possibly crash a whole tank. So I probably won't. But if I'm there and I'm picking up driftwood, I can't tell what the driftwood is. I don't know. Can I see your guppies and fish? I came in late on your live stream. Sure. Hey, Mad Fish Diva. I'm trying to find a 5-gallon jar. Oh, yeah. You know what you could do, Daniel? It might be a little bit more expensive, but look at antique shops, because antique shops, a lot of those glass jars per se are old. I don't even know what they were used for, but I've seen them in antique shops because my old lady likes to antique. So they have some. I don't know what size they are. They look, you know, pretty big. I figured they would be a 5-gallon. You know what I mean? So, stream's gonna freeze, and we'll keep going once it catches back up, I guess. But yeah, I would check at antique shops or whatever and see. Susan, I have to go. Enjoy the live stream. Hey, thank you, Susan, for coming out and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. And you've seen all the fish, so we'll go through the fish. Now this is a 75-gallon, and I know I've got too many severums in it, but they are growing right now, so I don't mind it. And I've got another 75 that I'm going to put up and put some of these guys in once they get a little bit bigger. But I've got 4 gold severums. I've got the electric blue Acara in there for now, and then I've got 2 green Acaras. And I love these guys, so good idea, bud. I'm in a very small town in Scotland, though. Not many antique shops here. Might need to make a day trip of it. Check canning supplies as well. Like a lot of people have used, I think that's where that's from, and I don't know. I know what it was, but I don't know if it's the same thing over there. Like they had those big jar, kind of a jar looking thing, and there was a a deal that you would sit down and it had like it was almost like a hand drill, but instead of a drill, it was just a paddle. So I think they would use that to churn butter or churn milk into buttermilk or however you do that. Could be something like that. Dansley has some great resources for big jars, vases. Vases. I don't know. I'm not proper, so. Yeah, long way, especially a long way to send a jar, right? I would look at that. Look at where people like hand make butter or stuff like that. So anyway, so this is my 75-gallon Sevrum tank, and then I have kind of I have a few guppies down here. They're kind of growing out, and I need to get rid of a couple because they've grown in with bad backs. So just kind of mutts, really. And then I have 3 Philippine blue angels. They're a Pinoy angel, I think they call them. But they're stunning, and my camera won't. Yeah. Those are going to be awesome. I've got a little bit of fry in here. And what they are is some fry from these tiger endlers or cobra endlers. I don't know what they are. I think cobra. Yellow cobra endler. Tiger. I don't know the difference between a tiger and a cobra. But I love these guys. I got these guys from Tom over at TM Aquatics. Pretty nice Acara. Yeah, I actually put him in with the Sevrums because I got them out of. I'll show the. Here's my male betta. Anyway, and here's some more. These are red shoulder Sevrums. I've got 3 in here. Yeah, the tank is going crazy. And then I've got 5 in here. They're growing out. And then of course I've got my red cherry shrimp. 1 tank of them. They're all hiding up in the moss and everything. These are just some guppies that I thought were going to be cool. I don't know. I'll do something with them. And then here's a lot of my cobra, and they're a mixture. They're just like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to separate them, to keep them in one line. So I just said to heck with it. Let them do what they do. The tank's going crazy with the, what is that, hornwort? But it keeps the fish safe. And then I've got, and I'm battling with some slime algae. I got this girl. And then I picked this girl up. She looks really good. Dumbo ear. Elephant ear, whatever you want to call it. But she's really light. And then this one's just gorgeous. I love the black and the blue. Almost like an electric blue. I love that. This one's kind of a whitish pearl almost, I guess. Come on, focus. Anyway, and then here are my half black blues. Kind of swimming all over the place, so. And these are called Green Hulk Guppies. I think it's maybe a cross between a green and blue Moscow. It's almost like a turquoise at times, but I love these guys. Well, I need to take that one out. That one's got some funky color on it. I just noticed that. And they're pretty prolific. I mean, of course it's a guppy, but they've got fry everywhere. And then here is, I've battled algae with this tank since I put it up. I'm not real sure why, but this is a pair. These guys paired up. I don't know where the male. There he is. The male's in the back there. He's pretty good size. They've paired up. They've had fry a few times, but I had the 3 in there, and I think that's why they never survived, because they would start getting picked off, and then I think these guys would just get mad and but these guys are getting big. This guy's getting really big. But yeah, I love these guys. I love them. This is kind of my bristlenose tank. I don't see. There's one male. I've lost some females. I don't know. I haven't done real well with the bristlenose. So this is another tank of cherry shrimp, and I've got bad. Come on. Well, yeah, they're just red cherry shrimp. And I think that's about it. That's it. And then I've got my 75 up there. My 56 is taken down. I got the tank outside. Of course, my food. I make or I do brine shrimp for my fish. Probably about 2 or 3 times a week. I'll start, making them, whatever, growing them, hatching them, whatever. And I feed my fry and everything that, and they've done real well. Or I'll drop I've got frozen Daphnia cubes, so I'll cut them up and throw in my tank with my fry, and they go crazy. I've actually got a 40-gallon tub outside as well. I've got a few bristlenose in it, guppies, and some cherry shrimp. I was just testing. I didn't put any any specific one kind or anything like that. I just threw fish in there to see if I could do it, and it's crazy. So ratcheting them. And I've lost my. Okay, so sending you a wave. Hi, Monica. Pretty nice of cars. Thank you for that. Maybe find a glass blower. Yeah. I shall look into it. Thanks. Nice angels. Thank you. She's really nice. Yeah, I like. I've gotten into the bettas a little bit. They're super. I don't know. They're kind of like they're different, right? They're different from every other fish. They kind of got their own little personality, and they're funny. Especially whenever they just get tired and say, okay, screw it, I'm just going to lay up against the glass right here. No, I'm not going to move for the next 10 minutes. You know, like you go, it's like, oh crap, my fish is dead, and you tap the glass a little bit, and it's like, what? You come to feed me? No? Okay, leave me alone then. I'm going to go back over here. So, I've got to plug my phone in. It's dying. Okay. So, so I think that's my biggest thing right now is getting everything situated in here. I need to get the temperatures right in the room. I need to add some more insulation upstairs in the attic to get my room, because I've got let me see, where's it at? Yeah. So I check it a lot, right? So I've got my AC set at 77 because 77, 78 I think is pretty good for all the fish. Might be a little high for the guppies, but the guppy tanks, let me see what the guppy tank is. 77, right at 77, 78, 76, 76, 76, so 76 to 78 down here, but like up in the corners, like 85 degrees, 84 degrees, 82, so that's not bad, but as I keep adding insulation upstairs, I will they're like wee, beautiful Oscars personality, curious and intelligent and moody when they, yeah, exactly. They are. Like every time I go up there to feed, is like the male always comes up and it's like, hey, I'm ready. You threw fish, or you threw food in front of me, but I want to do a circle or two. Okay, I see it. And I just walked up there and it went to the back of the aquarium like I was gonna eat it or something. I don't know. I've never seen him do that, but what else, guys? I think that's about it. I think that was pretty good. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take the second shrimp, red cherry shrimp, 10 gallon. I'm going to move it all into the 20 long. I'm going to get, I've got a goldfish. Don't ask me. I'm going to take the goldfish and put the goldfish probably outside in its own bigger tank, because I know it's going to get big. It's small right now, so I got him in a tin. I did that so he could get healthy, and I didn't want to add him to nothing, you know what I mean, until I knew he was completely good. And he seems to be. I've had him for 3-4 months now, I guess, but I need to get him into a bigger space. That'll free up 2 tins. And then what I want to do is get like a metal stand, a little bit bigger than what the metal stands for the 40s are, like these here. So I can put So I can put 4 tins side by side, right? And then maybe 3 shelves. So that would be, I would have 2 full shelves, and then I'd have 1 shelf that I could add more tins to. But that would be that would free up so much space right there. And then I could get rid of like the center blocks and everything, and get another metal stand that would fit the 20 longs and 20 talls. But I could probably put the 20 talls on the same, that's what I could do. I could put the 20 talls on the shelf with the tins, right? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. They have cute betta hammocks. It's a green plastic leaf with a suction cup. I've seen those. I've actually seen those on YouTube. YouTube. Some of the YouTube videos of looking at beta, whichever. Those look really cool. And I've got a ton of. I need to put these in their tanks, but I've got a ton of almond leaves for them. So I'll probably fix them up a little bit later. I need to clean their tanks. I need to do water changes. From this side over, I did a water change last week. I got 2 or 3 more days, and then I'll do it again on this side, and then do it on, I don't know. I use acrylic moss ledges. Okay. High-rise beds. That's cool. I'm kind of wondering. Don't get me wrong. I know they are one of the most, what do you call it? Abused fish. Probably the most abused fish in the hobby. But I want to see if I can breed. I want to see if I can breed them. I mean, that's what I'm here for, right? I like to see what I can do, what I have, I guess, time for. Not really time for, but like bristlenose for me has ended up being the hardest on me, and I don't understand why. I had 3 clutches at one time, and I don't know. They were eating like crazy, green beans. Maybe I didn't change the water enough. Maybe I changed the water too much. I only did a water change, once a week, like I normally do my tanks. It's sometimes, well, a lot of times I'll do a water change every 2 weeks, because that's how I work. I work a 14 and 14, right? So I have to work 14 days, and then I have off 14 days. So those 14 days that I have off, my son takes care of feeding and everything like that, but he don't do water changes. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe the water is not clean enough. I don't know. But I haven't figured that out, and they say that's like one of the easiest ones. Very benefit. You're right. Like they like the tannin water, or the, what do you call that? Black water, right? They like the tannins from the leaves and the woods. So it's usually what I'm going crazy with my hands. That's usually what I did, but for whatever reason, I put an Acris in the male betta tank, and it has taken over. I need to do a big cut. I need to build an auto water change system for your next big project. You know what? I have been thinking about that. And you know what else too? I think I screwed myself up, because coming from the salt side, right? I had the RODI set up, 5-stage. So, like, I know, like, tap water, right? You gotta get rid of your chloramines. You gotta get rid of your chlorine. But everything else, the pH of the water and stuff like that we have here is pretty spot on. So I think I was sabotaging myself using RODI water in my tanks, and the fish wasn't. They're not getting the needed. You call it vitamins, minerals, and whatnot out of the water, because the water's too clean. Is that possible? I don't know. I can't figure it out, because everything that I'm doing, of course, a lot of videos on YouTube and everything like that. But man, I cannot. Like, I can keep them alive, but I cannot grow the fry. I don't. Like the parents, I can keep alive, but yeah, you need to add minerals back in. Yeah, I guess that's what I've done. I guess I've sabotaged myself. So what I've done is I've basically taken my RODI out of the equation and just treat the water and then bring it into the fish room, right? Or the fish corner. My corner. But I don't. That's weird, right? Yeah, for shrimp I would. I would do I wouldn't do as many water changes for the shrimp. I would test the water for the shrimp and then do what I needed to do. I really didn't. Like, my water is pretty top notch. The only thing about it is, of course, the chloramine, or the chlorine and chloramines. Captain Savage, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing? But I'm pretty sure that's what I did. That's what I've done. So now I got to get back to good water, right? Who would have thought? Well, I never would have thought like doing like clean water, like too clean water would hurt the fish, but I guess it has. You live and learn. That's what it's about. I hate that I have, killed some fish, but I guess it is what it is, and you'll never get around that. At least I won't. Not until I learn everything, and that's not going to happen. So, let's see what else. What else is on my mind? What is on my mind? You know what I would like to, and they're hard. They're super hard to find here. And the LFS is not, like, I try to use my LFS as much as possible, but they're so expensive. Super expensive. Like, to the point to where I don't even like going, really. So, like my angels, right? And I did not want these angels. Well, I take that back. I have been looking at the Philippine blue And I can't remember what the other one is called, but it's like, it's all white. It doesn't have any stripes or anything like that. And it's got like a super nice blue shimmer to it. Oh, it looks super nice. And I can't remember what they're called. But it's some kind of Philippine blue. Angel, right? So when I found these in the LFS, he only had 3. So I told him, yeah, let me have those 3. And they were $20 a piece. Is that expensive? What can you guys get like the Philippine blue for? Excuse me for a minute. I've seen them online, you know, Aquabid and whatnot, where I can get them for around $50 for, I want to say 4. It was either 4 or 6. And then of course shipping would be about $25. So right at about $70, $75. But if I could get 6 of them, that wouldn't be bad. But I found these guys, and I wasn't gonna pass them up. I wasn't. He said he'd had them for just over a week, and they were still doing good. I watched them for a little while, you know, swim back and forth, and they were super active. I got them back here, tested my water, put them in the tank. I'm gonna do a. Should you do a water change when you first get fish? Is there a time that you need to let the fish sit in the water before you do a water change, or is it okay to just do a water change when you get the fish? I don't know. And my 75, the 75 that I have set up, you just stick to your routine. Okay. I think the 75 that I have set up, like once I get the stand built, or figure out how to build the stand, I think it'll go on the bottom, because it's got some hard water stains on it. I guess calcium more than anything. And I've scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and it's still got that, white sheen across the glass. It serves its purpose. It keeps fish and it holds water, right? So I'm not going to get rid of it. But it doesn't look the best. And I know it's in my fish room, or my fish corner. Don't want to mess with everything else going on in the tank. Routine is important to balance, yeah. And I think that's another big reason why I'm having hard times with fry. Is I don't have a routine. I try, but the way my work is, and I do not like bare bottom tanks. I don't. Why did that just come up? The tank that I keep putting the fry in, the Pleco fry in, is bare bottom. And I do not like it. I think once the endlers grow out, I'll scoop them up, throw them in the endler tank. Put substrate down and start over again. Right? I've got one albino Pleco in there, but that's all I can keep. And that one was sent as a juvenile with 5 or 6 others, and I still got all those. I still got them. I got them in different tanks around, growing them out. But the fry that I get, I do not know why. And I think I'm doing everything right. I think I'm doing everything right. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the eggs, I'm removing the male, taking the eggs, putting it in an egg tumbler. Once they hatch, 2 or 3 days, I'll take them from there and put them in a fry box that hangs off the tank. And once they get a little bit bigger, but of course they're not getting big, they're still, teeny tiny. So is that what's doing? I bet that's what's doing it. Why don't I keep them until they get, I guess I need to talk with some bristlenose experts like Tom at TM, Jethro would be nice to talk to as well. Tom does a lot with those crazy, I'm not that, I don't like to gamble as is, so paying that much for some of those special L series, and I guess I shouldn't say that, but I mean, I don't know what he's actually, purchasing his fish for. But what I can get them for is really expensive, especially down here, because you can get commons, they're all over the place, right? You can get some bristlenose every now and then, but for the most part, like, I have to order those things. So if I order them, I don't want to take a chance like that. I've only been trying the bristlenose for maybe 6 months, probably not that long, 4 months or so. I just got to get I guess I need a plan, and I need to stick to that plan, right? So I don't know. We'll see. But the Severums is something that I'm looking forward to. Severums I kind of fell in love with. Looking at videos on YouTube and seeing them like grow out, because I've always liked the discus, but every now and then you'll catch discus around here. Some people have them like this in the hobby, and they've been breeding them for a little while, but I haven't, gotten in touch with those. I mean, I haven't met the people. One of the reasons why I wanted to go to the fish show this weekend, but I've got to go to work early, so I don't think I'll make it. The angelfish are swimming like right up against the outer wall. Should I keep plants in the angel tank? Because they seem like they're nipping at the guppy grass. I don't really care. Well, I've got a ton of it, but I thought about doing a big planted tank for them. That's actually what I thought about doing, the 56 gallon. Like doing a big planted 56 gallon and having the angels in there. But if they're going to eat the plants, then I don't really know if I want to do that or not. So, guys, I think I want to shut it down. I've been going for a little over an hour now. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. I'll get started more. Shoot, I've almost been going for 2 hours. I'll get more into the video making again, and maybe some live streams, regularly, hopefully, as things calm down. And as I get my computer going. So, yeah. Thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Daniel, thanks for stopping in and talking, giving me some ideas. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.